So welcome back again everyone, thanks for tuning in today. Just continuing on with our various sequences to lengthen and open the body when we're confined to these chairs all day long. So again, as always, just checking the chair's really grounded firmly down towards the floor. It's not going to go sliding around on you anywhere. Keep the bodies hydrated. If you haven't got yourself a drink yet today, make sure you go and grab yourself that water. And then working today more down through these lower areas of body. Just shuffle yourself further forward on the chair again to begin with. The feet parallel, grounded down towards the floor, hip distance apart. And then just gently peel that right foot just a fraction away from the floor. Let's begin to work into the toes of this right foot. So as we inward breathe, imagine you're scrunching those toes up, taking them down to the ball of the foot. Outward breathing, draw them back towards the shin, broaden across the toes. And just continue working between these two ranges of motion and movement again that your body will willingly give. Allowing the inward, the outward breath to flow in and out of nasal cavities. One more time, each direction with this, your own time. Back to stillness. And then slowly, gently now, let's begin to take the ball of the foot down towards the floor. As we outward breathe, push the heel away, draw the toes back. So we're flexing and extending now into this right ankle joint. Pointing the toes down towards the floor as far as you can, feeling the stretch across the top of the foot up through the shin. And as the heel pushes away, as the top of the foot draws back towards the shin, feel the stretch in the rear of the calf, the rear of the Achilles. Gently back to stillness. And then let's begin to circle into this ankle joint. So just drawing circles with this ankle, trying to complete the full circumference of the circle again. Breathing, flowing freely. Let's go one more time this direction, back to stillness. And then let's begin to circle in the opposite direction in your own time. Does it feel any different in this way? Can you complete the full circumference of the circle? Check the breathing still flowing freely. As always, any clicking sensation is fine as long as there's no pain, no discomfort. So just gently back to stillness, just release that right foot back down and away for a moment, and let's work with that same practice on opposite side. So peeling that left foot away from the floor. To begin with, as we inward breathe, feel like you're crunching the toes underneath the sole of the foot. Outward breathing, broaden across the ball of the foot, spread the toes and draw those toes back. And again, just continue working on between these two ranges of motion and movement. Spinal column long, shoulders soft, facial muscle and tissue soft. One more time with this, your own time. Back to stillness. And let's flex and extend into this left ankle joint. So inward breathe, pointing the toes down towards the floor. Outward breathe, the heel pushes away and the toes draw back up towards the shin. Continue on, feeling the stretch over the top of the foot as the toes point down towards the floor. Maybe feeling further stretch in the calf and the Achilles as the heel pushes away. As the top of the foot, the toes draw further back towards the shin. One more time with this movement, back to stillness. And then let's begin to circle into this left ankle joint. Doesn't matter whether you're going clockwise or anti-clockwise, we'll work the opposite direction in a moment. Just trying to complete the full circumference of the circle as much as is possible for you. One more time this direction, back to stillness. And then let's begin to circle in opposite direction in your own time. It can often be a challenge here to slow the movement down even further. Check you're not holding on to the inward or the outward breath. One more time, the direction that you're working. Gently back to stillness. And kiss the soles of both feet back and down. If there's tension, even just give those legs a gentle shake. Just release any tension away. Then let's begin to work into the knee joints. So loosely interlock the fingers behind the rear of the right thigh. And again, peel the sole of the right foot away from the floor. As you next outward breathe, lengthen that right leg away. Inward breathe, soften and release. Outward breathe, lengthening away. And just continue on with this. Just 3 more times on this side of the body in your own time. Final time, right knee softened, sole of right foot back to floor below. Loosely interlock the fingers behind the rear of the left thigh. Feel the left foot away from the floor. And same practice on this side. So as we outward breathe, left leg lengthens away. Don't lock out through that knee. Inward breathe, soften and release. Go again, outward breathing, extending away. Inward breathing, softening and releasing. And just 3 more times on this side. Working into the knee joint on this side of the body, allowing the synovial fluid to return there, really lubricating into this knee joint. Final time, left knee softens, sole of left foot back down to floor below. Again, feel free to give the upper thighs a gentle massage, even the kneecaps, gentle wriggle, gentle shake, just release any tension away. And then still using the chairs today, we're going to work into the hip joint, so we're just going to come away from the chairs, so out of the seated position, and just have the side of the chair towards you at the current time. Right hand resting down towards that chair. The feet are parallel, they're hip distance apart, pushing into the 4 corners of each foot, the crown of head lifting up and away. We're even playing with balance here, even though we're still using the chair for assistance. So let's soften that left leg at the knee, drawing it up in front of the body. And then let's ease that left knee out to left side of room. And then just gently take it back down to floor below. So as though we're circling now into this left hip joint. Inward breathing as the knee lifts, as it eases out to side walls. Outward breathing as it releases down as we draw it back up through that midline column. Pushing deep into the 4 corners of the right foot. Soft tone in the abdominal wall. Let's go 1 more time, this side in your own time. Gently back to stillness, and then sole of left foot rooting and grounding. And then just slowly, gently take yourself over to the opposite side of the chair. Left palm here for balance and support, 4 corners of each foot grounded again. Let's begin to work again now into this right hip. So inward breathing, right foot peels away from the floor. Knees is out to side wall, outward breathe, releasing down and drawing it back up in front of the body again. So now circling into this right hip joint, opening up into this area of the body. Again, an area of the body where we carry so much tension, especially emotional tension in the hip joints. Doesn't matter how small or how large your range of motion movement is, you're still lubricating into this hip joint. Let's just go a couple more times this direction, your own time. Gently back to stillness. And then 4 corners of right foot grounded. If you have got the space here today, really nice just to lengthen fully down that spinal column. So I'm just turning the chair sideways for a moment, just so I can demonstrate where we're going. I'm resting the palms on the top of the chair. And again, this will vary depending on how high the rear of the back of your chair is. I'm walking those feet away from the chair. I'm trying to form a 90-degree angle between the upper and lower half of the body. And I'm trying as much as I can to parallel the upper body down towards the floor below. The crown of the head and the fingers reaching forward and the tailbone pushing back. So I lengthen down the spinal staircase in this direction. Breathing remaining flowing freely in and out of nasal cavities. You may even feel further length down the rear of the hamstrings here, the sun. Your inward breath, navel tone. Let's begin to walk those feet back in once again. Outward breathing, just softening and releasing, taking any tension away. And now that we've warmed up those hips, let's just work deeper into those hips. We create so much tension within the hip flexors, within the glutes, when we're sitting in the chairs all day long. So see if you can peel the right foot away from the floor and rest the outside edge of right ankle on the upper left thigh. And just imagine that right knee is voluntarily dropping down to floor. Gravity is doing the work here. It's fine to keep hold of the sole of the left foot, just with this of the right foot with the right hand, and the right palm just softly, gently resting on the top of that right knee. No force, no strain. Inward breath here, sit tall and upright. Outward breathing, just hinge forward from that hip crease a fraction, as though you're melting the upper body down. And it may only be minuscule movement, it may only be here. Some of you may be able to go further, almost feeling again like you're paralleling the body towards the floor below, releasing deep up through the fascia of the IT band on this right side, into the hip, into the glute, into the piriformis muscle. Inward breathing, slowly, gently, lift up and out. Outward breathing, slow and controlled, right foot roots and regrounds. Let's experience what that feels like on opposite side of body. So the left foot carefully peeling away. See if you can rest the outside edge of that left ankle on the upper right thigh. Left palm now just gently resting over that left knee. And again, find to just gently take hold of this left foot now with the right hand. Sit yourself tall and upright again. The knee voluntarily dropping down towards the floor. Gravity doing the work again. Already maybe even feeling stretched to the inside edge of the thigh and the groin area. Inward breath again now. And on the outward breath, just as far as is comfortable for you, inch forward from that hip crease as though you're beginning to melt the upper body down. Try not to round an arch into the mid and upper back. Keep the spinal column long, doesn't matter how far you go, but just intensifying the stretch now. Now up through the outside edge of this left leg, into the hip, into the glute. We all feel in different places, so notice what you notice, feel what you feel. Breathing into it, breathing out of it. Observing, is there more range, is there less range of movement on this side of the body, without being judgmental. Inward breathing, slowly, gently. Let's sit tall and upright. Outward breathing, carefully, gently, returning left foot back down towards the floor below. Feet grounded, parallel, hip distance apart. Let's interlock those fingers in front of the body, and as we inward breathe, draw the energy up to throat. Outward breathing, fingers remain interlinked, push the palms forward and away. Inward breathing, sweeping the palms of interlocked fingers to the skies above. Outward breathing, releasing the arms back down towards the sides. Let's go with that again. Interlock the fingers, inward breath, drawing energy up. Outward breathing, pushing palms forward and away. Inward breathing, arms sweeping on up and over. Outward breathing, releasing the arms all the way back down to sides. Third and final time, interlock the fingers, drawing the energy up. Outward breathing, pushing palms forward and away. Inward breathing, sweeping arms on up and over. Outward breathing, releasing the arms all the way back down towards the sides of the body. Roll the shoulders back, drop them down. Rest the palms on the upper thighs again for a moment. Just close the eyes, taking awareness deeper within, tuning into the softness of inward, outward breath, entering, leaving the body, ideally via the nasal cavities. Feel the sitting bones grounded to the chair. Feel the soles of the feet connecting you to earth, and the crown of the head lifting on up and away, spinal column long. Just taking a moment to observe the effects of that practice, observing where the body feels different in any way, where the breath has changed at all in any way. And just simply noticing whatever it is that is going on for you at this current time. Only when you're ready in your own time, just gently separating eyelids, allowing light to flow back in. And once again, finishing the practice there today. So thanking you again everyone for joining us today. Hope you've got some benefits from that. Please feel free to leave any comments, and please feel free to give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Wishing you stay safe and well. Enjoy the rest of your day.